Hey, good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. I wanted to talk about in the end, was it worth all that they would lose for taking out Young Dolph? Okay. I also want to give you all the opportunity to support the channel. If you want to support the channel, you can hit up the Cash App or you can hit up the Super Thanks. Okay. All of your support is appreciated. Make sure you smash that like button. It's free. Okay. But in the end, will it be worth all that they're going to lose for taking out Young Dolph? Okay. And as the trial approaches, we got 3 days before the trial starts. Okay. It's been 3 years, and now we're down to almost 3 years to the date, and we're down to 3 days. And the Young Dolph's case has brought a lot of speculation, a lot of anticipation, a lot of obsession, a lot of just everything, right? A lot of eyes is definitely on the case. And I guess that could be a good and a bad thing. Keeping attention on the case has definitely put a pressure, I believe, on the law enforcement people that are working the case um, to continue on to get total justice, especially with so many people kind of knowing what happened and speculating about what happened and the history of the attempts and all of that on his life. So we've heard about all of the names and all of that has come up in this case, and a lot of them are rappers that have basically built a reputation for themselves. As far as building up their reputation, as far as rap and all of that. And that's why I say, in the end, would it have been worth it? Okay, would it have been worth all that these young men are about to go through? Okay, I don't think that it would be worth it. But you know, and I'm not just talking about the straight drops and the Corneliuses. I pulled a video last night. Okay, because I always like to go back to the beginning where the district attorney spoke about early on. Okay, if you all would go back and just go back and look at the video we did yesterday, where there were a lot of nuggets dropped. I always like to go back to the beginning where the district attorney was talking about how there are so many people that did so many things, and they are pulling out their chess pieces. And then when I pulled that video up, I think the district attorney said that earlier this year. So he was letting you know that there were other people that was involved in this case, and that they were playing chess, that was putting each piece on the board one by one. That is per the district attorney. Okay, so in the end, was it worth it? You had people that got involved in this situation that didn't even have a beef with Young Dolph. They were wanting to have loyalty to a man that just could not rest until that man was no longer on this earth. Okay. I believe it was jealousy. Many say it had something to do with a girl. It's funny, I was looking at some rappers that used to be with Rich Lord, and I kind of like the rapper. I don't think that he gets enough. I don't think that I think I don't think he's a Memphis rapper. I just don't think that people gave him his credit like they should have. His name is Cash Guanabli or something. He used to be with IME Casino a lot. Okay, and this video was done about 7, 8 years ago, and they was asking the interviewer asked Cash about Dolph and about um Gotti. And Cash was pretty neutral about it, okay? But he says that, hey, he would sign with either Paper Route or CMG if the money was right, with either one. But he says that he didn't like the fact that, Gotti and them were going, Gotti was going at Dolph or was mad at Dolph about a girl. Okay, so even back then when this stuff was going on, people basically knew what was going on. He didn't say anything bad about him. He just said it didn't look right for the city for him to be doing the major stuff that he was doing about a girl. Now, these are street dudes that are out in the street that see all and know all, right? Whether they say anything or not. And so it goes back that far. So you had a man who could not, it seems to me, that, and a lot of other people, not just me, could not control his emotions, right? And I think it started there. Hey, whether we like what Ti said or not, it was the truth. Where he says that this man was taken out because egos was bruised. Who would ever think, who would ever be weak enough to take a man out just because their ego feels bruised? And so, but that's what it all basically boils down to, okay? And so in the end, was it worth it? Was it worth all that they would lose? Because it's gonna be a lot of people to lose, right? Because this stuff was straight dropped in with Cornelius, as I played for you all yesterday. I took you back to the beginning. The district attorney says there are a lot of people that did a lot of things, and when they brought up was the motive money, basically a hit, he kind of danced around that and said, I do believe something as it relates to the payment parts, the motive part will come up. He didn't talk about it. You know why? Because the feds got it. Okay. So will it all be worth it in the end? So then you hear Yo Gotti himself, put into a rap song, album that he put out last year on Young Dolph's birthday, saying while he at the Grammys or wherever he was at the awards with Glow, the feds was following him. The feds don't just follow somebody or have somebody up under investigation for nothing. I think that was a mistake. He wanted the feds to know I got intel that's letting me know that y'all are following me, where his security ain't got the power that the federal government got. I don't care how much training that they've had or how, if they're ex government or whatever, they don't have the power that they have, right? But would it have all been worth it in the end? You got a young man that's 26 years old, straight drop, that's getting ready to go and to serve out a great part of his life. Okay, and the reason why I say a great part of his life, because we don't know what he gonna do. Okay, so instead of them 60 years, he maybe gonna get 25 or 30. But that's still a lot of time to serve just because you wanted to take money for a hit, right? You got Cornelius, who was at the time he was 33, so I'm guessing about 36 now. He's on the latter end of his 30s. He's gonna be going over into his 40s. We don't know what's going on with him. Okay. We just know he ain't gonna do no 60 years. We don't even know when his trial date is gonna start. Okay. But even with the time that he's gonna serve, he's getting ready to go and spend a great part of his life for a unaliving of a man where he'll let you know, I didn't know him. He's on record saying, I didn't know him. I ain't even know him. But you would go and take a man out because of the hate of another man for some money. That's why I say, in the end, was it all worth it? And you got all of those other moving components and moving parts as it relates to this case that's in the end going to lose, because a lot of people are going to be like Nino Brown. I got to go down and I just ain't going to go by myself. And that's what's happening now. So it makes me feel a certain way because you got all of these talented people, because Yo Gotti is talented in his own right. Young Dolph was talented. Everybody else, straight dropping them had bright futures. They were so young, and now, hey, all of that is over. And I know, people may say, well, these dudes were already out there doing that. Okay, maybe they was, but they still could have had bright futures. And I think what we have to do is get to the point where we don't stand in the middle. We either stand on the right or the left. Okay, the right side, or just go and admit that you want to be wrong. I can respect the person for that, but not stand in the middle. I don't respect middle people. Okay, it's either right or wrong. And I would think, when it's regardless to whether you like a person or not, because I'm this type. I guess I can't expect everybody to be like me, because I'm the type that even if I like a person, hey, I'll let them, hey, I like that person. But listen, I'll tell that person you're wrong. That there's nothing right about what you did. I can't agree with anything like that. And I think we all have to get to the point of doing it, right? So that people can start having some type of conviction. Okay. But in the end, was it all worth what they would lose for taking him out? Absolutely not. It's been so many people to lose behind this. There's been a lot of lives to be lost behind this. It's been a lot of people to lose their freedom. It's been a lot of people to just lose, right? And it wasn't worth it. They took a father away, not just an artist to the world, but a father, which is on a personal level to his children, his minor children. Okay. Your Gotti's kids were already teenagers and stuff. He gets to go to their graduations. He gets to see them graduate from college. He gets to walk his daughter down the aisle. But you can't stand a man so much that you will perpetuate taking all of that life away and robbing his children. And I don't care who get mad. God ain't pleased with nothing like that. And so when you sow bad seeds, that's what's gonna grow. Okay? That's what's gonna grow. And so when people start talking about there needs to be a truce when there's blood loss like that, it can't be no truce. I ain't making up with nobody to take out my loved one. F you. Okay? That's how I would feel. So you can't blame Young Dolph's artists for that. The truth of the matter is, I mean, that's the worst thing that could have ever happened. You take somebody' life and take them away from their family, and now you want to run scared because if they think these young dudes gonna go down without telling on them, they out of their darn minds. Okay, when really, if you think about it, even though they were the ones that went out there and took him out, the people that paid for the hit are initially the ones that actually unalived him. Okay, I think they should be more. They should pay even more than the people that actually did it, right? Because they planted that seed. If they had not been putting out money, he'd still be alive, right? They had a thirst for blood because of their jealousy and everything else. You don't go and do something like this and do the very ultimate just because somebody is talking or somebody check your you do something like that because of jealousy and a whole lot of other underlying stuff. You ain't even supposed to hate a person like that just for just especially if you're a man and you claim you're getting money just for nothing, right? So in the end, will it all be worth it? I think they're gonna realize that it just was not worth it. It just was not worth it at all. And I wish it had not happened. I wish it had not happened, but it can't be changed. It can't be changed. And so what people gonna have to do is stand in what they did. When you create a bunch of mess, you gotta stand in that mess. Okay. You can't duck and dodge because once you create mess, that means you got the shit on you. Okay. So wherever you try to go and run and I don't care how you try to wash it off of you, that shit gonna follow you everywhere you go. You're gonna stink everywhere you go. It just ain't no way of getting around it. So a lot of these people it's reaping and sowing. You have to reap what you sow, right? You have to reap what you sow. Any and everybody that was involved, regardless of who it was, you have to reap what you sow. And it just was not worth it. In the end, it was not worth it. We see how people faces are long and how people are regretting what they did, how people are trying to hide because it has gotten real. These people are letting them know that they're not playing with them. It's going to be a lot of folks to go down by default. There's some people that weren't even involved. I said this 3 years ago almost. There are some people that was not even involved that are affiliated with the people that has been put up under surveillance, and that investigation took legs of its own because they was doing some type of other dirt. Okay, it's just a sad thing, but hey, that's the nature of the beast. Okay, but anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. Like I said, the trial is Monday, and in the end, was it all worth it? Regardless to whether they say it or not, I bet it's a whole lot of people having a lot of regret. It just was not worth it. It was not worth it, especially now since they see that Cornelius and Stray Drop are not the only ones that's gonna go down. Okay, it wasn't worth it at all. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would support the channel, if you would like to support the channel, you can support the channel at $sign Real Talk with Tamara or Super Thanks. I'll talk with you guys later.